Hello and welcome, my name's Orde. I'm going to be running you guys through exactly what I do to make money online through my phone for the past few years now. If you guys watch this video, I'm going to be running you through what match betting is, how I got into it, how you can make money with it, and even how you can make $1,000 risk-free through match betting. So stick around, it's a pretty short video, but you're going to get a lot of value out of it. First, I think it's kind of important for you to get a background on who I am, what the fuck have I done in my life. So back in 2022, that's when I kind of started taking this whole making money thing seriously. It was about year 10 in school. And in my mind, I was like, I've just got to find something that works, man. Like, regardless of what career I got into, regardless of what I did, the things that I wanted to achieve was simply just not possible. I just kept seeing these people online, like living crazy lifestyles. Not in Australia, they were American back in the day. And I was just like, how the fuck are these people doing this? Like, seriously, like, how the fuck? My family wasn't poor, but I would just see these people in Lamborghinis and Ferraris and shit. And I remember my dad, I remember running into one in a Ferrari, and he was, in his 20s. And I was like, Dad, what do you think this guy does for a living? He was, oh, he probably sells drugs. And I was like, there has to be something. These people can't all be selling drugs. There has to be something that I don't know, that my parents don't know, the people around me don't know, that these people know. Because how the fuck are they making this much money? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Because if you follow the path that's already there, like you can't get to that point. It's not possible. No, I'm not dissing school. I'm not dissing having a job. My parents have jobs. Like, it's all super respectable. But it just, for me, wasn't going to get me to where I wanted to go. So I just had to find something else. And so I literally tried everything. I was the fucking method, bro. I was drop shipping. I was doing crypto. I was reselling. I was doing literally everything. You can see right here, 2022. My bank account, I got to a point where my bank had negative $11 in it. How the fuck does a 16-year-old go negative? How does that even happen? I didn't even know the bank could get you negative, but it did. All right. And I was trying, like, I was actually like genuinely, you can see I tried crypto mining, went to shit. I tried reselling. It was all right. I actually did start making a bit of money off reselling. And then drop shipping as well, but like $700 in a month. Are we being serious right now? Like, are we actually being serious? After the expenses, I made like $200 that month. It was fucked. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with $200? Now, granted, all of these business models work. Like, there's drop shipping billionaires out there, right? But it just wasn't the one for me. Fast forward 2023, I was picking up a bit of traction with this whole reselling thing. So I was making a bit of money off selling shoes, but I remember how crypto felt for me. So I was like, I would need to make another source of income. Like, what happens if reselling goes to shit, like just like crypto did? Then I'm fucked. I'm back to square one, just like it happened in 2022. And at this point, I was 17. I was about to be 18, and everyone was talking about betting and stuff. And I was like, I was into sports, and I was like, you know what, like, I know what's going to happen in the Prem. Like, Liverpool's obviously going to win. Like, Real Madrid's obviously going to win. And so I went down that whole rabbit hole, and I started losing money. Or who would have fucking thought you're going to lose money when you gamble? It's almost as if everybody knows that already. But I just fell for it. I fell for the bullshit. Like, I fell for the bullshit that sports betting was a real thing. And it wasn't. The way that I was doing it, it was not profitable. I actually joined a match betting group at the start. But it just seemed so complicated because the way they explained it was firstly so difficult, right? They just, I felt like a complete idiot. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, they started telling me to sign up to other softwares and shit. So I don't know, I just kind of gave up on it. And then a few months later, like, reselling started going to shit. And I could tell that, being in the market, I was like, this is not going to last. Like, this is going to be the same thing. I could just feel it. So I was like, all right, I need to, like, this match betting thing, like, what is it? Like, seriously. So I joined the group back. And I was like, all right, let me just learn everything there is to learn about this. And I found out that it actually worked. And it actually worked because it wasn't sports betting. It was something completely different. And I'll explain what it is in a minute, but it's got literally nothing to do with the shit that I was doing to lose money. I was doing everything wrong by match betting standards. Now, match betting started doing well. 2024, you can see I was looking at buying a C43, about 50 grand car at the time. And I remember I was talking to my mom and I was like, I really want to get this car. And she was like, Orde, is this like all you're capable of? And I was like, no, not really. Like, I mean, she was like, you've always been a smart kid. do you not think that you deserve something better, like a C63? I was like, yeah, but I can't afford it. She's like, okay, so don't settle for something that you know you're better than. And that kind of stayed with me. So I didn't end up buying it, thank God. And a few months later, my dream car became a McLaren. Now, I had no idea how the fuck I was going to make that happen. At the time, I was not making anywhere near enough money to buy a McLaren, as you can tell. But I was like, we've got to just go all in on this shit. So went all in, and fast forward 2025, I now own a McLaren, bright orange, pretty nice. My dream car, really. Now, some of you guys might know Seb Drags. You're gonna say, oh yeah, you share your car, whatever. We pretty much own everything under the business. So whether that's the M4, the McLaren, investments, etc., all through the business. We're planning on building a fleet. So it doesn't really make as much sense now because we only have 2 cars, but we're planning on building like 4, 5, 6 cars, and it'll make more sense once it's a bigger collection. But yeah, that's kind of the vision with that. Obviously, during this path, when I had actually gotten good at match betting, I think that was beginning of 2024, I paired up with Seb and we started YAPix. YAPix is our platform. It's an education platform. It's a software platform. It's also a community where we have punters that send bets. So it's an all-in-one solution, which provides you guys with everything you need from A to Z to actually succeed with match betting. Because in my journey, I found it was so fragmented. Like, you go to this place to learn stuff, then you go to this place to get some bets, then you go to this place to get software that helps you do stuff with the bets, and la la la. And I was like, why the fuck is this not all just in one place, like a normal thing? Like, why can't it just actually make sense? Which is why we built what YAPix is today. Living in Australia, you guys should know this, we're one of the biggest gambling, punting countries in the world, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on whether you're a match bettor or not. So the good thing about that is bookies here are loaded, okay? And what they do, bookies offer these things called promotions. Essentially free money, right? You guys have all seen them. Deposit $100, get $100 in bonus bets. The ones on the horses, where if the horse comes second, third, or fourth, you get your bonus back. There's all sorts of bonuses. There's so many times, and I'll run through a couple of them in a second, but it's essentially free money, and the bookies know they're free money. The reason a company would offer free money, because they're not fucking stupid, right? They know what they're doing. The reason they offer them is quite simple. One, it's to get new gamblers addicted, because they know, give him a free $100, then he's going to come back and lose 500, 1,000, 10,000, etc. It's just a way of acquiring new customers. It's marketing, essentially, is what it is. Or you just get an existing gambler to gamble more and therefore lose more. Because gambling in itself, you're bound to lose. Like, it's like going to the casino. Like, the casino always wins. Like, everyone knows this. It's not a brand new concept, right? So the bookie knows, offer a bit of free money, then he comes back, he gets hooked, and then he does all the dumb shit that he was doing before, and boom, he's lost that $100 now, and he's lost fucking 500 more because he couldn't stop himself. So that is why they offer promotions. As match bettors, we use as many bookies as possible, as many accounts as possible. We try and blend in with these degenerate gamblers, so the bookies keep offering us more and more and more bonuses without actually doing any of the degenerate shit. Now, there's a whole process involved with this, which is why I actually have a company. Obviously, it's not that simple, but nothing in life is that simple. There's obviously more to it, and that's why higher education is so thorough, and that's why I've got so many things to teach within the group. But yeah, essentially, in us taking advantage of these promotions, we can make a shit ton of money without actually being stupid gamblers. This is not sports betting. This is match betting. Completely different. Now, what the fuck are these promotions that you're talking about? So there's 2 types of them. There's sign-up bonuses and there's ongoing promotions. So with a sign-up bonus, you guys will see it all the time. It'll be something along the lines of deposit this much, get this much in bonus. So with the tools that we have within the group, we convert bonuses. So a bonus bet is not real money. Yes, it's $100 in bonus. You can't actually withdraw it. The way that it works is, let's say something is at 3x odds, right? So if you would have bet $100 on it, you get $300 back. The way that bonuses work is if you bet $100 at 3x odds, you will get $200. The profit that you should have got, not the actual amount, because the actual amount, it's not real money. They're not going to give you the $100, but they're going to give you, if you make a profit off it, they're going to give you that profit. We've got software that allows us to convert these bonuses at 65 to 85%. So for every $100 in bonus bet, that turns into $65 to $85 worth of real money that we can withdraw right to our bank account. So a bookie that offers $100 sign-up deposit, that's a free $65 to $85 right there. Good thing is, instant profit, guaranteed. Bad thing is, you can only sign up to a bookie once. But there's a shit ton of bookies. There's like 144 in Australia. Most of them offer sign-up bonuses. You just need to know the steps that you need to take to actually collect it. And then once you've collected it, how to convert it with software like the one that we make available to our members. Now, there's also ongoing promotions. So ongoing promotions are a bit more complicated because they give you an advantage over the bookie. So you'll see something like this, the one where it's like bet on a horse to win. If it comes second, third, or fourth, you get a bonus back. So if you bet on the horse winning, if the horse comes in second, third, or fourth, we get a bonus. We turn that money over. So we use our software to turn that bonus into $65 to $85. So we've only lost about 30% of our money if the horse comes in second, third, or fourth. We only actually lose our money completely if they don't come in the top four. They just don't even place at all. And so that's when you lose it. But in having that second, third, or fourth, that gives us about a 20% advantage over the bookie every single time that we bet. And I'll show you what that looks like on our track record, but it allows our members to literally make thousands upon thousands of dollars every single month through just these promotions. If done right, it is literally one of the easiest skills to turn into thousands of dollars a month. You don't need clients, you don't need to go on social media, you don't need to post, you don't need to show your face, you don't need to do anything. You just need to press a few buttons on your phone for like 30 minutes a day. That's it. Now I'm going to run you through exactly what it looks like to convert a sign-up bonus. Bear in mind, you can make over $1,000 with these because there's so many bookies that we have available on our software. But this is the first one, Play Up, one of the easiest to do. And once you guys join the group, it should be the first thing that you guys do. Make that first bit of profit and get fucking going. All right, so as I said, guys, you can see the long list of bookies that we have. So all of these bookies currently have sign-up deposit bonuses. You can make money off every single one of them. I'm going to be doing Play Up for this video, so you can see me verifying my ID here, just creating an account pretty much. All just standard procedure, nothing too special. Once I go to the deposit screen, you can see the promotion right there. 100% deposit match till $100. So I deposit $100 and I get my $100 in bonus cash. Now I go back to the free money guide section in the group. All right, I say I've got the $100 bonus, because I do, and I want to optimize for profit. I want to make as much money off this as possible. It's going to go find me the best bet for me to play so I can make as much of this as possible, essentially. Now this depends on what sports are in season, etc. So at the time of me doing this, pretty much nothing's in season, which is why you can see I'm getting about 65%. So it's saying on the Norwich City versus Millwall game, I can do a bonus conversion. And if I follow these bets, I'm gonna get $64 off my $100 in bonus. All right, so the bot has now given me Norwich v Millwall. I'm gonna go find that sport. So sports, scroll down, find soccer, because Norwich v Millwall is soccer. Now go find the championship, scroll down, English championship right there. Go look for the game, Norwich versus Millwall, as the bot said. There it is at 3.35 odds for the draw. I'm gonna select that. We're gonna put $100 of bonus, because we put $100 of bonus. Make sure that bonus button is ticked. The way that you know this is you check the payout. It should be 235, not 335. All right, confirm that bet. And boom. Now we've got to do the other side of it because we want to guarantee this profit, right? So scroll down, go to Betfair and lay this bet. So laying essentially means betting on something not to happen. So we're betting on a draw not happening on Betfair. So if a draw doesn't happen, the Betfair bet wins. All right, and if a draw does happen, the Play Up bet wins. So I'm going to check what the bot said. So the bot said you should play 65.64 lay stake. Now Betfair puts these numbers in a weird way, but essentially you just click on that, put the number 65.64 in, and you get 170.66. Just quickly go back to the bot and confirm. You can see you must have $170 in your Betfair account, which we do. So we're going to confirm that bet. Once that's done, now we've guaranteed our profit. Conversion locked. We now confirm that our bet has been placed, and it will help us now get our deposit out. So some of you guys might not know this, but essentially the way that bookies work is you can't just withdraw that initial $100 that you put in directly, which is why we have a tool in the group where we do exactly what we just did with the bonus, where we bet on something happening and then bet against it happening to make sure that regardless of what happens, we get our money back. So essentially we do that with the deposit as well. We only lose like $2 to $5, but it then allows us to withdraw the deposit. So it goes from non-withdrawable to withdrawable, so we can take our money back out, move on, do the next bookie, and rinse 1K plus off literally just these sign-up bonuses. Or we just continue with match betting and reinvest that money into match betting. All right, so how the fuck does this actually guarantee profit? You probably just confused about the math. So let me show you exactly what it looks like. All right, so we've placed these two bets. draw and then not draw on Betfair. So what the fuck is actually happening? So let's say the match ends up in a draw, right? So our playout slip wins, and you can see it will return us $235, right? And then our Betfair slip, because we bet on Betfair for a draw not to happen, will obviously lose, right? So how much did we bet on Betfair? We bet $170. So take a look here. We get that 235, we lose that 170, and pretty much what's happened is we've turned that $100 in bonus into a guaranteed $64 of real cash we can draw straight into our bank accounts. All right. Yes, makes sense. Hope it fucking does. All right. Now, let's say a draw doesn't happen. Well, then the Betfair side is going to hit and the PlayUp is going to lose, right? So what does that look like? So let's look at this Betfair slip right here. So the potential profit for this is $65.64. Right, so what does that actually look like? So our Betfair slip would win, right? So our $170 would profit us $65 right there. And then our PlayUp would lose. So we'd lose our $100 bonus, right? So this is the math. We've lost the $100 bonus, or we've got $65.64 worth of real cash. So no, we didn't lose $35. What happened was we turned $100 worth of this fake money that the bookie gave us, isn't real, we can only place it on bets, we can't withdraw, we can't do shit with it, into $65 worth of real money that we can withdraw straight into our bank accounts. Now, this is just one example of a sign-up conversion. We can make thousands of dollars using literally just this without having to take on any risk. If you want, you can watch the rest of this video. I'm going to be running through what the long-term strategies look like. If not, and you want to make $1,000+ of literally just these sign-up bonuses, the link to join the group is free for a 7-day free trial. Check the link in the description. But otherwise, yeah, go on. All right, so I'm going to run you guys through our track record. So this is within the group right here, track record, as you guys can see. The reason it's in the group because all our members agree with it, because this is actually what we do in the group. These are actually the bets. This is not some random spreadsheet that I've just made in my basement, all right? This is what everyone agrees on. So let's quickly pull up horses, let's quickly pull up NBA, and let's quickly put up AFL and NRL. Now, what you will see with these is, if you look at the long-term graph, they all follow the same trend. Every single one of them. Now, this is no accident. This is not like the result of like coincidence. This is because when you apply the match betting principles to any sport, you will be profitable regardless of what that sport is. I'm going to deep dive into the horse one. So this is since October 2nd, 2024. This is when we switched up the horse betting system to the new one. And within that time frame, we've made 1,438 units. That is fucked. That means if you placed $10 units, if you had $10 units, so a $1,000 total bankroll, you didn't reinvest any of the money, you didn't put in anything else, you didn't bother changing up the strategy, you didn't have any external thought process, you didn't do anything, you blindly just followed everything, you would have made about almost 15 grand within that 9 months of $1,000. That is fucked. You can multiply that 2x if you put in 2 grand, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously, as you get to bigger amounts, it gets a bit more complicated because there's more things that you need to do in order to get those bets in, because maintaining your accounts gets more and more difficult as you put in more and more money. But as a general frame of reference, if you put in $1,000, you would have made $14,000 in the last 9 months without reinvesting any of that money. Now, look at all of this. These are all documented since the fucking start. For the last 9 months, every single bet is documented right here. Each and every single one. Because this actually works. Oh my God, who would have thought? Yes, you've got losing periods, but if you zoom out, it is always profitable, because when you're betting with an advantage like you get with bonuses, you are going to be profitable long term as long as you follow what we actually teach. I'm going to run through some of the most common questions I get asked every single day. First one, if it's so good, why sell a course? Now, firstly, we don't sell a course. We sell a platform where we give you guys access to education, software, the picks, literally everything from A to Z. But it is a fair question. Why not just make millions of dollars through match betting? What you will find when you start match betting is that there is a cap. So I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not trying to glorify this. I'm not trying to make it sound like the best thing in the world, because it's not. Right, there is obviously cons with match betting, and one of these problems is that it is very difficult to scale past a certain point. So past that 200 to 300,000 a year point, it is fucking difficult. Things become super complicated. So if anyone's trying to tell you they make millions of dollars a year off match betting, it's simply not true. You can't do it. All right, we'll pass 250, 300. It's not possible. So for us, it doesn't make sense to just stick there and just make 250 when I can make 250 and then make another 250 off teaching people how to match bet. Simple as that. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I do this shit for passion, because I don't. I'm not very passionate about this. I like money. And so yeah, we offer a service where we teach people how to make money through match betting. If you don't like it, cry about it, but it's just the reality. We offer a free trial. You can test the service out for the first 7 days. If you don't like it, you can leave, no questions asked, without paying a single dollar. And so if we didn't provide the value, then people would just not continue past the free trial. Even after that, you can cancel at any point. So we're obviously continuing to provide the user with value. Otherwise, they would cancel their subscription and just leave the group, which wouldn't make sense for us. You've seen the track record. Most of this shit is risk-free. And then the ongoing promotions, you're betting with an advantage, which is why you see that long-term trend of always being profitable. The math doesn't lie. We've got over a year of data to back it up, and it's all there. Will I get banned? Getting banned is completely part of the process. The thing is that you don't get banned for making profit. You get banned for running your accounts the wrong way. So people will just profit off of gambling. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, some users will end up profiting and winning just by being dumb, right? It just happens. But it is in what you actually do on the account that the bookies care about. So there's so many things that we teach within the group. We've got a full section dedicated to this within our education, because it's so important. The way that you set your accounts up when you first sign up, because they're under heavy monitoring within the first 20 to 50 bets. Heavy monitoring. The way that you set it up at that point, very important. The way that you place your bets, the amounts that you put on your bets, also very important. Not that you don't place big amounts, but for example, placing $541.24. Very sus. Very fucking sus. Always only placing promotion bets. Yet again, it's pretty obvious what you're doing, mate. You're not some genius. Like, they know what's going on. And so if you follow what we actually teach in the group, it's going to take you a lot longer to get banned than what some of these idiots do. At some point you will, but that's after you've made like 40 grand off a set of accounts. So if you're going to complain about that, complain about it, but at that point you can run multiple sets of accounts at once. You can get your family, friends, etc. to help you out. And yeah, we've got a whole section dedicated to scaling as well. Is this legal? Yes, placing bets on bookies is completely legal. Match betting, there's nothing wrong with it. You guys can search it up if you don't believe me, but yeah, completely legal. How much can I make? It really depends on you. So match betting is a skill. It's not like putting money in the stock market where the amount that you make is completely dependent on how much you put in. It's more dependent on how good you are at that skill. Someone with $1,000 who puts a lot of effort into this will make more than someone who puts in 10 grand but doesn't bother learning anything, because they just won't be as profitable. They won't have the skills and the techniques required to actually be able to do this at a high level. And so it completely depends on you. We have people making 10 to 30 grand a month off this. And we also have people that struggle to make $500 a month off this. It is on you. They have the same access to everything, but one person goes in 100% and the other person sits on their ass and lies to themselves and pretends that they're actually putting in the work when they're not. Do I need to know sports? No, I don't watch any sports. I used to when I was like 17. With match betting, it's about the promotion, not about the bet. You'll learn a lot more about why that is in our bootcamp once you actually join, but it doesn't matter. What tools do I need? So thankfully, because I know how shit it is to join a group and be told, yeah, sign up to this other service, sign up to that, sign up to that, we've actually made it an all-in-one solution. So you don't need to sign up to anything else, just YAPIX, and you get access to everything you need. You're not going to get upsold. You're not going to get told, oh, you just joined, but bro, if you just pay an extra $49.99 a month, you're going to get access to this special thing that's going to make you more money. No, it's an all-in-one solution. That's what you're signing up for. What if I get stuck? So we've got a full team of staff within the group that are willing to help you at any point. So literally all you need to do at any point, if you have any question, put it in the Q&A chat, put it in the members chat, or just send it to a staff member, open a ticket, and we'll help you out at any point as soon as possible. All right, so I've pretty much ran through everything now. You guys can all get access to a 7-day free trial. The link to that is in the description. If you still have any other questions, message me on Instagram, but that should have been a pretty comprehensive video. I pretty much ran through every single thing that you need to know. Now it's just time for you to actually take action, to actually take that first step so that you can then begin making money off of match betting. If now, after consuming all this information, you do nothing with it, you've just wasted the last 20 minutes of your life for no absolute reason. There's no point watching a million YouTube videos. There's no point just going and there's no point being scared for years. Take action, work on that thing. You're not going to get anywhere by not taking action. So do it. I'll see you on the other side. And hopefully, if you actually put the work in, we'll see you profitable in the next month.